for Older Men Live. I am 𝗕𝗂𝗂𝗏. So glad you're joining me here for our continual connection, focusing on our fitness. But you can ask me any questions that you want about our experience in life. We can start out with fitness, workout, nutrition, how to get motivated, how to work around injuries, whatever it is. I want to do what I can to help you make this process more effective, more efficient, more enjoyable for you, right? So say hello, hello, hello. Tell me where you're watching me from. Tell me what social media platform that you are watching me from. Are you watching me live on YouTube at 𝗕𝗂𝗂𝗏, or are you watching me live on Facebook at 𝗕𝗂𝗂𝗏 page or at Workouts for Older Men? Let me know where you're watching me from. What part of the world are you watching me from? What are you loving about our connection? What do you want more of? What do you want less of? Right? I want to gear this show, our connection, towards what you want, but you got to let me know what that is. All right, I coach men all day long, 7 days a week. All right, I'm talking to men about their fitness journeys and a lot more, and I can make good guesses. I hope a lot of men are saying they're enjoying these shows, the information, the passion, the energy. I certainly can do that and continue to do that. I can really hit the target squarely by you telling me what you want. If you have a question, go ahead and post it in the comment section over on Facebook, over on YouTube. Hello, 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 Pete, watching you on Facebook from Canton, Ohio. Great to have you here, Pete. Thank you for being here. You're here all the time, and I appreciate that. Ben, hey, Skip. Ben here in North Carolina. So glad you are here, Ben. Sorry to hit send too fast. Got a question for me. Awesome. I love the questions. Join Ben. Ben's over on Facebook. Got to have a question coming up here. That's great. All right, that's what I'm here to do. You know, I want to come on here, and here's my new strategy, is I come on here for 10 minutes a night. You got the questions ready for me, and if you're watching this in the replay version, post your question down in the comment section. Now, even though you're watching the replay version, all right, so I'll answer it. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video. Maybe tomorrow night's Workouts for Older Men Live is the focal point is answering your questions. So go ahead and do that. All right. So Ricky on Facebook. Hi, I just want to know, is it good to go to every set to failure on each set? And you're watching from the UK. That is a great question, Ricky. And just like most answers, I want to give you more depth than yes or no. When I coach, right, when men come to me for coaching, by the way, look in the description of this video, all the different ways to coach you, how to reach out to me. We can talk about it before you make a decision on coaching. See if it's a good fit for you. See if I'm a good fit for you as a coach, right? See if I believe it's the right time. Right, we can talk about it before making any decision about the one-on-one coaching, taking you through the process. But one thing that I do is I give you what I call the fish in the fishing pole. What I mean by that is anybody can give you a training program, learn a little bit about you, what your preferences are, how much time you have to devote for your training, and create a training program for you. Let me just tell you, nutrition, sometimes we make this so complicated. I can simplify it for you, right? Based on your preference, what you're willing to do, just line it out for you. It's easy. It really is. It's easy to design a training program and an eating plan for you, right? It's probably not as specific to you, your blood type, all these biological conditions as you might think, as you are working hard to get to that next level, build that muscle, lose that body fat, especially the stubborn fat that's going to show all your muscle, right? That's the easy part. That's the fish giving you the information, the fish, right? The challenge is what makes that training program work? What makes that diet work? What are the organizing principles that make any diet work? Now, all diets will work, right? When you know the organizing principles that make them work, then it's just a matter of what makes the most sense to you that you can really get behind. Put a 15 out of 10 effort, as I say, not just 10 out of 10. I mean, you got to give the strategy just your complete focus and attention so it'll work for you. Can't be a 6 or a 7 out of 10. That's going through the motions. That's some effort, but you're not going to get the results. You got to believe in it. You got to be certain. You got to be convinced. You got to be sold. Why? With all the information that you hear, that training program, that diet will work for you. You need to be under those mental conditions. I do it through one-on-one coaching. We talk for an hour. I get you prepared with a form before, afterwards. All right, the calls are recorded. It's a very skilled process that takes a lot of time. Again, I'm not just emailing you back and forth. All right. But what I love about the process is that I give you both the fish and the fishing pole. So I want to do that here. When you ask a great question, do you have to go to failure on every set? Now, I know what you're thinking. I know what you've heard. You have the very passionate fitness experts who are into the science and all the studies, all the controlled studies, supposedly, all the peer-reviewed studies. And what they tell you is, you can't do that to your nervous system. You should not go to failure every single time. Right? It's not good for it to overdo it like that. Now, I can see where, that makes intellectual sense, very structured type of logical thinking. I can buy into that, but that's not how this works in the real world. In the real world, we have different levels of focus, different levels of confidence, our ability. How much stronger, and hopefully it's significant, how much stronger have you gotten once you became more comfortable with your routine, with your ability to train? The results that you got, that, wow, I'm going to lean in and make it even better. Your strength has probably gotten significantly better as you built more confidence, as your mind got strong. And it's even more than physical. But because you've gotten stronger, you've gotten that one more rep and that 5 more pounds, it makes a big difference in the progressive overload that stimulates muscle growth. Is it all physical or is it mental? See, I believe there's always more inside of us. I don't care how hard you train, right? You continually challenge yourself and push yourself. Now, yeah, I'm not going to say you're going to skyrocket with significant gains continually, but gradually, where you bump up, right? Maybe you know this. With that confidence, with that certainty, with that understanding, with the nuance, you get mentally stronger and tougher. So when somebody says, well, I train to absolute failure all the time, I got to hold it back. You know what I'm telling them, right? Don't hold back. Because how many times have you surprised yourself? You thought this was your max, and the next week, maybe you had more carbs. Maybe instead of training in the morning, right, you had a full day of eating and you trained at night, something different. Maybe you were super motivated. Maybe you were super pissed off at the world and it was gym therapy. And your mind showed your body that you can do 1, 2 more reps. If you could do 1 or 2 more reps with the same amount of weight, okay, then you weren't at absolute failure before. You just put yourself in mental conditions to get more. It's not the same. If I said, look, I know you think this is your most, I know you're thinking about laying off because you think you'd be going to absolute failure all this time. You better lay off of that, right? You don't want to overwork the nervous system. You can't go to absolute failure. But before you go, go back and you decide to do a couple weeks less than absolute failure. I just want to know, if you can get 3 more reps at that 80-pound max, that incline dumbbell press, I'll give you $1 million. Let's assume that $1 million would mean a lot to you. And you are now highly motivated to take on that challenge, right? So same conditions, all of a sudden, would you get those 3 reps? Now, if you want to just say no, because I was going to absolute failure, you want to keep that mode, or would you challenge yourself? Hell yes, you're going to give me $1 million and you believe me? I'll tell you, you may not get 3 reps, but you'll get 2. And if you're not going to get 2, you get 1.5. So all that time you thought you were training with absolute failure, if you could get 1.5 reps more, that's significant. So you weren't training the absolute failure. That's how strong the mind is. Keep on pushing. Don't let off the gas intentionally, because there's always probably more inside of you. Just do it what you can, and trust me, even at your most, and I know this of myself, you're still not reaching absolute failure. So you don't want to train less than absolute failure, because now you're even dropping off more. That's how I believe, doing this for years, working with so many men, that's how powerful the mind is. All right. So keep on fighting. Go to what you perceive as absolute failure. Always stay safe. That's what is going to initiate the muscle gain, certainly maintain what we have at this age. Right. Great question. Thank you so much. Come here every single night for workouts for Older Men Live on my Facebook page at 𝗖cie_𝗂𝗏, on my Facebook page at 𝗕𝗠𝗂𝗏 page, and on my YouTube channel. Right, watch the replays over on YouTube, 𝗕𝗠𝗂𝗏, Instagram, 𝗕𝗠𝗂𝗏, TikTok, 𝗕𝗠𝗂𝗏. Right, so that's going to do it for workouts for old men. I've looked down below. Click the link over to my 𝗕𝗠𝗂𝗏.com website if you want some one-on-one coaching. You want this type of passion and energy. Let's take on the day with a sense of urgency. We have to when we're a little bit older. We've got more time behind us than we do in front of us. Have a great day.